It's like the people that have voted you, that rallied around you, like you actively just spit in their face for what, dude? And like when you, I'm sure have you been to a Trump rally?
No.
Oh, dude, it's nuts.
No.
So like when you're at a Trump rally, you're like, oh, I could definitely see how Hitler happened. Like I'm not joking to you, dude. When you go to a Trump rally, it makes you question the sanity of everybody.
Sean Strickland, a pro-Trump mixed martial artist fighter in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, suddenly makes a shift.
Trump's up there talking about like, we're going to throw people in jail for burning the flag. And I'm like dude, I don't like, I mean, again, you shouldn't do it, but it's like, you know, there was a constitution. Everybody else is just full saying, yeah, them, throw them in jail. Like if Trump said, go grab a gun and go do anything, they would do it. They would do it.
I know it's a cult. It's and that's another good. That's one of the things about Christianity. You're not supposed to put. You know, you don't put your faith in man. They will.
That's also what I. That's also
time.
So let's pause here. Sean Strickland is not someone you should trust. Okay, he is now the second notable fighter in the Ultimate Fighting Championship to denounce and back away from their previous support of Donald Trump.
Hey, I want to let y'all know I'm not with Donald Trump no more. I don't support him. I don't like him. I think he's a corrupted leader. And, yeah, it took me a while to come to that conclusion, but I finally am coming to it. I do not like the guy at all. The first thing for me was he didn't release the Epstein files. They're even acting like they didn't exist. And then, of course, they're sending Israel and Ukraine all of our tax dollars. Just like the numbnuts before him did. Putting America last. And now he's blaming the beef farmers for the price of beef. Hey, I'm not biased, man. He talked a good game. He tricked me. I was fooled. I admit it. Okay, now let me tell you how bad I think this is, though. This is really this bad, guys. I want y'all, if you're a Christian, I want you to get into Revelation 13:3.
Bryce Mitchell did the same. A guy who went on his own podcast and praised Hitler. Might tell you something. Let's start with Strickland, though.
Allah,
I cannot believe that, bro.
How the f locked up the middleweight kid?
Pretty sure I didn't break them all. I'm pretty sure.
At UFC Freedom 250, the ridiculous card that was put on outside the White House, he would be booted because basically he infiltrated the event when he was not allowed to do so.
Well, you guys, I'm not surprised, but I got the call. I got the call. The UFC higher-ups called me, the big names. And they said, Sean, I got to apologize, but you're not Israeli enough to go to UFC 250 Israel edition. The White House didn't clear you. And I'm not really surprised, I'm not really surprised. So, I think moving forward, I would like to just apologize to Israel. I'd like to say I'm sorry, I'd like to apologize to Trump, and I just want to prove that I'm Israeli enough for you guys. Like, for instance, whenever the list disappeared and Trump goes out there and says to everybody that he can't really go into it because people that by association will get prosecuted and their names will be tarnished. I want to apologize because, I don't want them to be prosecuted. Or, when Trump goes and bombs Iran that no Americans agree with, that cost Americans $5,000 to $15,000 to go fight Israel's war, I want to apologize.
The reason he is so up in his feels, and I personally do believe this led to the turn, is that he practically lobbied to fight at UFC Freedom 250. He wanted it really, really badly. Really badly. News breaks. He's not on it. Same with Colby Covington. They were both pretty pissed, and they don't like each other, by the way. Strickland has spoken out against Covington. We've covered how Covington is a sellout. He's an admitted sellout. He said as much on Candace Owens' show years back. But Strickland was hurt, and he decided to try and make a mockery of it. So I need to reiterate, this is not someone that is on your side. Do not root for this person, because we have seen what he has said in the past.
For people who aren't familiar, Sean Strickland wore a shirt to a press conference before his fight recently that said, "A woman in every kitchen, a gun in every hand," right? And so this is the other aspect of what happens when everybody can show personality. That this dude has a bunch of opinions that, personally, I won't even categorize for the moment because, again, I'm not here to moralize.
We've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said, if I had a gay son, I would think I'd...
Oh, look, another. I'm saying to you, the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and someone says...
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance to interact with a more diverse...
Are you... Let me know. Are you gay?
Can I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking. This is the part. Are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid? Nope. Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak man, dude. You're part of the problem. We need to go back to like taking women out of the workforce, and maybe that's where we f***ed up, you guys. We let women vote. No offense, but let me I want to tell you guys something. Think about America prior to women voting. They try to ban alcohol. I don't even drink, but I'm not trying to ban alcohol. So what you did, man, you let these women come in the workforce. Now we make less money. You got kids raising themselves on TikTok. We need to go back to like 1942, especially after, maybe 1958 after we up the Germans. We need to put women back in the kitchen. We need to take, only one man needs to be working. So I think as a collective man group, we need to elect somebody that's going to put women back in the kitchen, put one man working, raise the wages, and build a...
Have you ever thought about going to therapy, Sean?
For what?
The Daily Beast has more. Strickland, who posed with Trump in photos before turning on him, is known for making racist and homophobic comments and has called himself a neo-Nazi and a white supremacist in the past. Trump also said that having a gay son would mean that he failed as a man. That stuff doesn't just magically go away because you denounce Trump. This is the same guy who has said that not only is he a neo-Nazi and a white supremacist, but this is the same dude who has said, yeah, well, when he does stuff that's really good, I'm going to go for him. And when he does stuff that I don't like, then I'm going to speak out against it. Donald Trump has hurt everybody. He doesn't care about a single human being other than himself and anyone who pays him. That's it. And the irony of all of this is that he was mentioning Vivek Ramaswamy, putting his head in his hands and then leaving. He would vote for Vivek. When this next election comes up, you think he's going to vote for, asking a leftist to even be the nominee is so out of the means of reality. But even a centrist lib, you think he's going to vote for that person? No. J.D. Vance is going to be on that ticket. And you better believe he is going to cast the ballot for Vance. Even though there is a direct relation and connection to, as he puts it, Hitler. Oh, and by the way, relatability, that's what Vance once called the president of the United States. And yet here we are.